States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call meeting to order. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the September 12th meeting as presented by the clerk
Second that.
And do you want to include the October 3rd?
and the October work night.
Councilor Trombley made a motion that the minutes of the 9/12/2011 regular town board meeting and the 10/3/2011 special town board meeting be approved or submitted by the town clerk. Second by Councilor Devens. Roll call, Councilor Lattimore.
Yes.
Councilor Dino.
Yes.
Councilor Devens.
Yes.
Councilor Trombley.
Yes.
Supervisor Speaker.
Yes. This time we'll open the floor up to public comments. If anybody would like to address the board, please stand, state your name and what you would like to discuss. I don't see anybody in the crowd, but we'll turn it over to Tom if you'd like, if you have
Yeah,
something you'd like to say.
I just brought it all in the sales tax report, the sales tax report for September, and our numbers are up, and that's a good sign. And our September projection was $7,999,244. Actual revenues were $8,530,457. So we're up $531,213, and this is for all towns in the county. So that's a good report this time of year on the sales tax. We should, if everything holds, we should hit our projected and then chew away with the deficit. It's looking real good this year so far. Okay, end the report. If anybody has any questions?
Actually, I do have a question for you, Tom.
Sure.
And I was wondering if we could maybe possibly bring this up to the other legislators, but it's in reference to the Clinton County Airport. And as everybody knows, they have started the fee for parking.
Mm-hmm.
What I was wondering, I mean, since the airport was funded from the taxpayers of the county, is there any way that something could be waived if you're a county resident, that you wouldn't have to pay for the parking? Has that been thought of or been entertained? Because like Plattsburgh City Beach, if you're a resident of the city of Plattsburgh, you don't have a fee to use the beach.
Right.
So since it is the taxpayers that support that facility, is that something that the
Well,
legislators could
We can
consider?
look at, I can bring that up to the board. Yes, I can bring that up to the board. I'm sure that it's, in the organization of this whole thing, that would be a point to bring up, to see if that's possible, the pros and the cons.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Be glad to do it.
Just that it's gonna become that time of year where people are gonna start traveling south and stuff, so.
Yeah, and it's that time of year when it snows and some people like to bring their cars over and,
That's right.
because they can't park on city streets, but there too is, that's another issue.
But that's all I have for you, thank you.
Okay?
Anybody else like to address the board? Okay, at this time we'll close the public comment session. I'm gonna go first tonight, just so that we can get through some number of items that I've got. Just want to let everybody know that we did receive a check from the West Chazy Fire Department for half of the backstop. We'd like to say thank you to them for that. So we just want to let everybody know that has been in. Also, would like to let the board know that I got a call a couple Saturdays ago. Our rec barn, the barn as you drive into the rec park, wasn't able to vandalize. Some kids got in underneath and stole some baseballs, a baseball bat, a couple little other items. Apparently somebody saw them walking up the street with a bunch of items. What had happened apparently was that Marvin had found a bunch of stuff out in the baseball fields and stuff, and he had put it in the main part of the barn, not where the equipment was, but in the main part where the mower was. Somehow the kids got underneath the wall, which has been taken care of since, and took these items, and then the state police called me and wanted to know if we want to press charges. The kids were down in the police station with their parents, and I said, you know, at this time, I guess that they are probably scared enough with their parents down there at the police station, etc. But I think it would be a good policy, maybe in the future, that if somebody does burglarize, rob any type of our facility in the future, we gotta let it be known that we are gonna prosecute. We won't be so nice the next time.
I agree.
Just an
Good.
opinion.
Were they, what was the age?
It was like 11 and 12-year-old kids. And,
Awfully young to be doing that.
So I was nice this time, and I was kind of not in a position to go down to the police station at that time. I was going away for the day, but I said, you know, I'll talk to the board, but in the future, we're not gonna let little things like this go.
Do we need to put that in the form of a resolution, or do we need to seek advice from the attorney?
I was hoping Bill would be here tonight so we could, but I think that we should make it
You
maybe
gotta make it.
form in a resolution that we agree to it, and then we'll see if we need to do anything formally, legally with Bill.
Well, Tom was sitting in, so we should probably ask him.
Yes. Somebody want to make a motion to do that, or?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
There she is.
Ah,
Actually, we can ask her while she's here.
okay, why I'm late. Couldn't find a parking space either. Right.
That's it, yeah.
Anyway, we were just discussing that, something simple you can advise us on, hopefully. We had a break-in at our rec park down here in Chazy, and
Okay.
the barn, some kids got underneath and stole some baseballs, et cetera, on a Saturday morning. I was called by the police and asked if we wanted to press charges of 11, 12-year-old child. They were down there with their parents, and I'm sure they were scared to death, so I said, at this time, we won't, but we just made a kind of a consensus that we'd like to definitely prosecute anybody else in the future that if this happens again,
Okay.
we're not gonna let this go and have anybody think we're gonna be soft in the future, and I think that, now what do we have to do legally to do that? I mean, do we just make a resolution, or do we?
I suppose you could, but I certainly think that as any particular event arises, that you make the decision as you did this time. I mean,
Well,
it's-
I was kind of left with that decision, and, I mean, it was, you know, I felt bad for
Understood,
the
but
kids,
even at
but,
the moment, you don't have to be left at that particular moment either. You know, you can just say, this is a decision that I'm not comfortable making, it has to go to the board, or, and you can always call and, call a special meeting, or whatever you need to do. But I wouldn't feel like you have to make
this
a
is right on the
split-second
spot.
decision.
No, but you gotta look at the possibility of payback.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't a large item, like I say, it was about 4 or 5 softballs, an old wooden bat.
Oh, was it all recovered?
Yeah, it was all recovered, I got it all, and I just think that we need to make sure people know that we're not gonna put up with this, and
You want to continue with this resolution, or withdraw it?
If it's
or what?
necessary, I don't have a problem with it.
But what Heidi's saying is it's not.
What do you want to propose in this
Yeah.
resolution?
or should we just wait until another case happens, and we'll just state that it's not up to me, we need to have a board meeting and discuss it, and
I think
find out
that's,
what we, okay.
rather than lock yourself into something when you're gonna know what the future events, or who the players are, or how they are, the circumstances, at least this way, you can always come back and make that decision either way.
How long do you have to make to have an arrest?
Depends on the type of crime. So this this would be misdemeanor level, but given the ages of the children, it would be handled through family court. It would be either be handled as a juvenile delinquency matter. You only have 6 months
Okay, then I'll withdraw the motion. We don't need that.
Okay, moving on, last meeting, facility, and I didn't have the name of the company. The new company that is doing the advertising and marketing is Cushman Wakefield. The gentleman's name is Lloyd Cooper. He's from Montreal, who's kind of handling the real estate venture for this Cushman Wakefield. And just a couple notes about the Pfizer facility. And we'd like to thank Pfizer for that. I mean, they do have people that are keeping the facility mowed and maintained as far as heat goes and everything to make sure that it's still very marketable. I asked them about if there was any rumblings at all about, and they said at this time there's no date set, no talk of it at all, and they 10 months. They said that could change, but at this time there's no talk in the wind about anything being demolished. So that's a good thing. We'd like to thank Pfizer for that. They feel very positive about this gentleman and his marketing abilities, and a lot more positive than the last marketing group. Hopefully something will happen. We did receive a letter from Francis Smith, who has been kind of our electrician for the water and sewer department for a number of years, and effective December 1st, 2011, he will no longer be available for electrical repair on town equipment. His wife came in today, and obviously he will help us if we get into a real jam, but he would like to kind of shy away from it starting December 1st, so we're going to have to look into hiring another company that can handle what Francis did. So he did give me a name of a company to get a hold of that he thought would be comparable, and I'll see what we can do.
So he's doing more than just the generators?
Just electric.
He was doing anything like major electric on any of the sewer pumps, at the water station, anything like that.
Programming the computers down there and everything. The sewer department, I know he's programming all the computers down there.
He was very, very knowledgeable. So I will check into other sources for that. Did Bill say anything about the apartment
About the what?
apartment law that I had faxed down to him to look into?
No. The contracts for the salt sand storage.
Yep.
It's been a minor.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and on that, and then I'll come back.
Okay, I just have we've received the contracts for you to sign
From,
on the salt sand storage for Karen
Okay.
Duffin.
look okay to him?
Yes, and it's marked up, and I'll just have you sign it after the meeting.
Okay.
The resolution was already here authorizing you to sign it, so now it's ready to.
Just wanted to review it to make sure it looked okay.
And then on the minor battery issue, he has not had a response. So,
I left some contracts right near
I see
you.
that.
Not sure if you're really up to date on this idea, but this company, Edge, sent us contracts. Remember, we had contracts? Well, this contract is made outright. Okay? Those contracts should be made from NICEAG to Edge and not from NICEAG. All three of those contracts.
Okay,
They made a contract between NICEAG and Chazy Water Department, Chazy Highway Garage. It's not between NICEAG and the Chazy as the customer. It should be NICEAG to Edge, then Edge should turn around and send us new contracts. Because it's making us for all the environmental permits and, it's apparently it's filled in the blanks, we've not really looked at it, but
okay.
it's totally backwards. So he's gonna wait until things get, and I'll email him and tell him it's last meeting, we talked about a bank, one of the banks, as far as the possibility of switching banks because of interest rates and what the banks had to offer us. We went to Key Bank, we went to Community Bank. We went to them probably 6 to 7 days ago, told them, and they had told us in our conversations that, we should have something to you within 24 hours. As of tonight, no. And we told them, we have a board meeting today, we would really like this information. Oh, no problem, no problem. We'll have it to you right away. And they seemed very interested, and we have nothing.
And when did you go?
Probably last Tuesday, well, it was right after the board meeting, Tuesday, I think I got a hold of them. Told both Key Bank and Community Bank, and told them what we wanted. They called back, they got their information, and we said, we got a board meeting Tuesday, gotta have it. Oh yes, well, no problem, we'll have something to you, and I don't know what you want to do. I mean, our money's sitting doing nothing at this point as far as interest-wise, so I think we need to increase. I don't know how long you want to wait, or if you want to wait a few more days and get another special board meeting. Do this.
Well, I think we should wait till they do that.
You should have another board meeting when you get them. And
Yeah.
We'll do a special meeting just for that, or
You want to go home,
I'm not
Well,
gonna,
no,
I
I
don't
mean,
think we should
if
wait
he
very
gets the
long.
numbers in and then throws them over, we can get together for.
yeah, but I call them up and tell them you want it.
Oh, we told them, I mean.
Or, yeah, but
I mean,
I wouldn't extend,
other financial institutions, I mean, the one that you have it back, it took them 2 weeks to get it.
Right.
And these other institutions.
why don't we give them until like Friday, this Friday, and say we have to have it by Friday, because we gotta do a meeting. To make this decision, we don't want it too long.
Yeah, because I would really like to see what everybody else is.
Yeah.
yeah, but you can't let them dilly-dally around either.
True, but
We
there's
didn't really,
stuff together.
yeah, we
too,
didn't
so.
really pressure the first bank, we had.
Oh, Tuesday, they had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday was a holiday.
Right.
Yeah, but they told them, told them too.
Well,
Well, if you want, I'll call and tell them if we.
Yeah, we'll have to
I mean, it shouldn't be
go
very
with
hard
what
to
we
get
have
through.
at that point, I guess.
No problem with that.
The last thing I have is, I'd like to go to the budget, if we could. Everybody's got the budget in front of them, copies of the budget. I got 2 items that I'd like to discuss. One of them, pretty simple, after we did our, Tom Dajnow came in and said that he wanted to go to school and, so we needed to add another $600 for school. He is
Which
now
line is that
retired,
stuff?
Tom is now retired from teaching,
what page?
and that's under the planning board.
Page.
Page 10. Double sided.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, we'll be raising schooling another $600 so that he can go to school.
I think 1,200.
You have a concern, question about that? And the second one is I received a letter from the Chazy Town Court, and it says, subject to the Chazy Supervisor Town Board, requested raise for clerk Lisa Pecor. Had made a budget request for a $500 raise for the present clerk Lisa Pecor. This has been rejected by the board. At this time, we respectfully request that you reconsider this budget request. Last year, we did not request nor receive any raise for her since she had only been employed for a short period of time. We said an excellent job for us since she has been employed and is very deserving of the requested raise. It is our desire as an employee, it is important to keep the salary at an attractive level to retain competent personnel. Signed by Judge Dunlop and Judge Carol Misek-Pratt.
What did she request?
She requested $200 from each.
said no to. Up extra hours as deputy clerk.
And she's appointed.
She's a
She's appointed by us, right?
Right. Oh, the judge, well, the judge is appointed. They make the suggestion to us. I guess we actually take his recommendation or their recommendations and.
What's the added position?
She's gonna be helping Leo with some town clerk business. Ben is not gonna
She's
be
become my,
Yeah,
deputy, basically.
she'll become the deputy clerk.
it's not a whole lot, but there'd be
If we went with the 2% that we gave the other people, it would be 155 for each, so you're looking at $300. 310.
Who are the other people that we gave the raise to? Are you talking about?
Yeah, the other people,
But all the appointed people we wrote.
all the elected officials.
Elected officials we froze.
The elected officials we froze.
Okay.
But the other people,
With contracts.
correct, they got
With
2%.
not contract, yeah, okay.
They got two,
Yes.
the contract,
Three.
so,
We have
The
three.
highway got three.
Yeah, the highway people got 3.
under,
That's so. Yeah, so.
Suggestions, discussion?
I understand what the judges are saying, but I too hesitate because
what we did.
what we did. And I agree with Jerry
Well, and why we did it.
on why we did it, exactly.
And not that she's not doing a good job.
Exactly, no, right.
But I mean, a lot of people asked for raises and didn't get them.
So, anybody wanna?
Where are we with our 2% cap?
We, if we were to give the request, we would be at 1.92%. So we're still under.
Since we're talking about the budget, I have one question as well. And it was an article that I read in the Town Top. And I'm not certain about this, but it says fire and library districts. It says library and fire districts are required to comply with the tax cap in the event that such special districts must override the tax cap. They must adopt a resolution to that end that passes by 60% vote of their governing bodies in cases where the district, the fire commissioners, and in case with libraries. The towns that actually collect the taxes for such special districts are not involved in such override decisions. So what are we for the fire districts for Chazy and West Chazy? Because the West Chazy Fire District is over the 2%. So are we actually the, collect the taxes? So we're not required to abide by that 2%, or, because if they have to stay within that 2% because of us as the board, shouldn't we get a resolution from their commissioners stating that? Have you seen that, Heidi?
I have not seen
The only thing that I know about that booklet is that we got emailed saying that that booklet was incorrect.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
What was,
This booklet came out before they kind of reworded the laws,
Yeah,
and they told us that the booklet was, there's a lot of misinformation in there.
Oh,
So,
I wish they would have
oh,
informed us all. Okay.
so we can't really go by that book.
Okay,
They did send an email out to us.
okay,
but really, that's all we are, is the tax collector for those districts, right?
right.
I don't
And
know,
then
is that what we are?
distribute it to them, right?
Yeah, right, because
Yeah.
they have to have their own public hearings and
Right.
everything else for their own contract.
Okay, I didn't know as far as what we were, if we were the tax collector or not, so.
Yeah, that's all we do is.
That's
The
all we
school
got.
is a tax collector for the library.
Correct.
We are for the fire district.
And we are for the West Chazy.
Just the tax collector.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so that answers that question.
Go back to Lisa, can we do something, make a decision on that? or-
Did we have any other contact people that,
They're not really contract, these are all appointed people, so.
we even appointed?
No other appointed person got a raise, correct? Nobody.
Well, she
Sue
did.
did.
No, I did. You did. And you're the only one?
I think so, because I think the assessor didn't, if I'm correct, yeah, the assessor did not. Matt Bell stayed the same, so no.
Oh, historian got,
I mean, she definitely makes the job for the judges a lot easier.
She does a great job, I know that, I mean, she's here 3-4 hours a day and nighttime here, and Tuesday nights, all judges, and, I mean, they got wind of what our budget, kind of tell people what we were doing with, and, well, they're really like to give her a raise, but it's up to us, so.
What other people got a raise aside from the judges and Lisa? Are they the only ones that,
I believe Pat, was that,
they're the only ones that we didn't,
Well, no,
But I had benefits too.
right.
right?
She's
I think
appointed.
Staub did,
All the
Leo
elected
did,
didn't.
we,
right.
Tim
the
didn't.
Elected officials are not getting, no elected officials
No
are
elected
raises.
officials.
right.
Is, nobody. And I mean, we're still gonna be at our cap, yeah.
The only other appointed official who did not get a raise is
No, the assessor.
Assessor.
One-
the
The,
assessor?
Yeah.
Okay,
um,
that's what I'm,
Codes
Oh,
did.
codes officer,
codes, okay,
and that's it, I'm pretty.
But the
that's
codes
it.
was newly appointed,
Yeah.
so that wouldn't
Right.
justify a raise anyhow.
Right, but he's not a, he's a
No.
employee.
that's true.
It's not like it.
It's not a huge amount of money, and we're still gonna be okay, I mean, it's, yeah. Why don't we just take a, yes, no,
well, let me tell you what my concern is now, is that if we do give Lisa something, so what we'll basically be doing is the people that we have appointed, they will all be getting a raise aside from Pat and Lisa. Is that correct? Of the appointed officials,
the only ones that will not be getting one would be
Pat and Lisa,
Pat and the codes officer.
and the code, but he was just,
Right.
he is new.
Right.
He's just beginning.
Right,
So
so
I
yes,
guess-
you're right,
So
as far
I
as
guess I'm
appointed
kind of
people.
having a problem with, giving raises to some and not to who have been here for a while. I can understand not giving the code enforcement officer a raise right now. He's new, a lot of expenses down the road and so forth.
But you also gotta take into consideration what the person's job is and what their salaries are too.
Yes,
I mean, some people get paid quite well for the amount of hours.
that's true too.
And or we can work this and give 2% and it's something. Well, okay. Gotta make a decision, let's go. We got the whole meeting. Yep.
well, if we're gonna do that, then we might as well go right through and do it for everybody, because that's exactly what's gonna happen, is we're gonna get letters from everybody.
We'll get one from, the only two people are Pat and the codes officer.
Why wouldn't they? If we're bending that easy, why wouldn't they?
Well,
I would.
and it's up to you guys, whatever.
Lisa gets no benefits?
She's only part-time.
And it's approximately 16 hours a week. So, can with the budget.
Right.
About-
Think,
plus the court night, so
yeah.
probably about 20 hours a week.
I say let's put it to vote. Move on.
All right, I'm going to put it to vote, Leo.
What are we looking at? What are we?
Okay, we'll say, the vote will be whether to give Lisa for a $500 raise, $250 for each.
I thought Chris said something there.
So you're going back.
Or you can go to
This percent came out to be 155.
Well, the request,
this is for
The
500.
request is for 500, so that's what you'd have to go with, is what the request is.
Well, I would say we have to go with the request, we can go whatever we decide on.
250 on each
I mean,
account.
we don't go with the
What's
request.
Comes to 250 on judge's accounts for a total of 500.
I would want to know what amount we're voting on when we vote. I want to know what amount is being presented for us to vote on, whether it's a 2% or whether it's
500.
250.
Okay, we'll go with what the judges request for 500.
Okay, the $500 request for Lisa and be added to the budget. Yes or no? Counselor Lattimore?
No,
Counselor Dino?
no,
Counselor Devon?
No,
Counselor Trombley?
No,
Supervisor Spiegel?
Yes.
Okay, majority has no.
We'll move on. All right, well, do you have anything else, Heidi?
I don't, but I'll check with Bill on the apartment. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the apartment law.
I'll check with him tomorrow, because I didn't mention it.
Can you have them get back to me on the, those contracts from NICEAG, and
Yes.
I'll let them know that they really look at those very closely.
what
Anyway.
apartment law, is that what
Oh, we
you're
were
talking
sent
about?
the,
it was in your
Frank's,
packet.
Frank's
I-
select board sent,
yeah.
something that Fort Henry had passed,
Uh-huh,
and read it over, it's very, very interesting, it's,
we'll discuss it more at the next meeting.
yeah, let's everybody read it and discuss it at the
Yeah,
next meeting.
a lot of information.
Please save it for the next meeting.
Yeah, but just quickly, wouldn't you be grandfathered in anyway?
No, it'll be a new law, so everybody has to conform. If we make a new law,
Is it our choice if we
Yeah.
grandfather people in or
Yeah.
not? We don't have to grandfather people into a law.
no.
no, this would apply for everybody. I mean, if it goes into law, it would be applying for any apartment owner, so.
No, I just wanted to,
We'll go around the table. Timmy, what do you got tonight?
Oh, we finished our roadside mowing.
That's
Still
not-
got our salt, half of our salt, so we've been putting up, mixing it and getting it done for the winter. Right now, we're doing shared services with, Town of Plattsburgh, hauling blacktop. Cause to make the board happy, I'm paving Ingraham Road, that little section. You guys will be happy over that.
thank you.
I had the extra money in the chip, so I can
Thank you
pave
for
it.
doing that.
I saw the new truck on the field today.
But,
Pretty nice.
so that'll be done within the next week or two. That'll all be paid, so that'll be ended. And pretty much just winding down for getting ready for winter, getting the truck, gonna start getting the trucks ready.
Chris?
Just a few items. I was wondering if you could make contact with the DOT staff in reference to, there's a big pothole in front of the old Main Street Market.
Is it on the road or?
It's right on the
It's on
shoulder.
the shoulder of
I don't know if you've seen it or not going into the post office.
yeah, I've seen it.
It's a pretty deep hole.
I don't
Maybe
know
they
if
could
that's-
just put some cold patch or something in there just to repair that.
Right as you drive into Main Street Market. I think it might be still in there right away, I'm not sure how.
Yeah, it's right on the shoulder right there. It's just that I've noticed cars when they're pulling into the post office that they're going into that pothole.
Okay.
Just wanted to know, unfortunately, I was unable to attend last month's board meeting, the water situation. Has that been resolved as far as, there was up at the Amazing Grace Vineyard, there was problems up
Oh,
there?
we had purchased the hydrant, little hydrant, that is like $300 hydrant I told you about, and we just got to install it. They're trying to figure out where to install it because they're in position of their house or whatever, but we're gonna be installing that very shortly.
Okay, so that will be installed prior
Yes.
to, and there hasn't been any other issues with any other residents in town? At the last meeting, you had mentioned about Dave working on the reed bed up at the sewer plant. Do we know where he stands with that?
He is starting it. In fact, I think he got a hold of your weed whacker, right, Timmy?
Yep.
So he's got it over there, so he should be doing that shortly. And we got it on the wall, we're pushing him. I want those things done.
Okay. A question for you, Tim. It's regarding the sand and salt pile over to the town garage. And I was just wondering, just out of my own curiosity, as far as that sand pile got moved from point A over to point B, and during that process, there was already salt mixed into that sand. What is going to be the potency of that? Because, I mean, it is exposed to the elements all the time and moved. Do you think it's gonna have any effect or play any effect during this season, or what are your plans?
No, it's been mixed pretty good, and then we're adding salt on top, so any rain or anything will filter down through, make it even stronger. And I'll have about 350 tons of extra salt that I'm gonna store this winter.
Oh, you will?
So if we did have a problem, we got surplus of salt, which we never had much of before.
Okay.
We'll be pretty good shape this year with salt.
Okay. And that's everything?
Okay, good, thanks.
Just a couple of things. The playground equipment, did anybody have a chance to take a look at it? In West Chazy at the school?
No.
Yeah, I went up, I talked with Sheila,
Uh-huh,
and she thinks she's got all the paperwork, and she knows everybody that
right,
worked on it,
yeah,
We just,
because she
we
chaired
gotta
it.
go up and take a look at that, see how much trouble would be to take it out,
well, just before,
She looked into it, everything was.
put in.
because I haven't approached the school yet, but I wanna make sure that we're on record with it.
I think it's worth making contact with them.
Right,
I mean,
But I
those
just-
things are expensive.
oh yeah, I just don't wanna make the contact if we're not gonna do it, so.
I would think that we could with a backhoe, dig those up
Yeah,
pretty
she-
easily and can't be cemented in too far.
Yeah, Sheila's got
I
all
don't think
the,
so.
all they gotta do is talk, right?
Okay.
Okay, I'll get a hold of her.
She's got all that paperwork.
And the only other thing, it looked like somebody worked on it, but the little brook on Fisk Road, you know where that nice egg has the turnaround? Going before the railroad tracks,
Yeah.
where it was all plugged with trees and stuff?
He cleaned, the county went up and cleaned that
Okay,
out.
it looked like when I came tonight, somebody had been in there and
Mhm.
cleaned it out.
They were in there last week,
Yeah,
county was.
alright. And that's it.
You got a lot of trees down in that river
Oh
too,
my
man.
God. Yeah,
I wonder,
well, there was one up by the dam too.
yeah, but I'm wondering what's gonna happen next spring.
That's what, yeah, they were in there cleaning those up, that's what I was talking
Cause
about.
it goes all the way down through on the upper end of the Ashley Road too.
But, risk.
But normally it gets back up by the Ashley Road every year too. in the
Yeah,
spring.
oh, well, right there it
Yeah,
is
but you
too.
got-
I mean, it-
You got huge willows there, whatever they are.
Yeah,
Those poplar or whatever they are.
The only thing I have that hasn't already been discussed is, how is the young lady that's doing the fundraising for new playground equipment, how does she make out with her checking account and our,
What she needs to do, and I've contacted her, is she needs to come to a board meeting with whatever money she has and say that she's turning the money over to the town for the specific purpose of putting in the playground. We can then go to the bank and set up a special account that is strictly for that reason.
and
But
she.
she's gotta turn it over and gift it to the town.
She knows that she has to do
Yeah.
that.
Just to give you an update on that, Kathy,
Mhm.
to date, they've collected approximately $1,300
Okay.
in donations. And what we're doing as committee members is we're going to local businesses and asking them if they would be willing to donate $250. And with a donation of $250, what will happen is the name of the business will be put on the plaque that will go in front of the playground equipment.
Nice.
So that's going quite well. And the other thing that they have decided to do is going to the soccer games and doing 50-50 raffles with people. So both of those things have started, and like I said, to date, there's about $1,300 in the account. And they want to do it in 3 stages because of the cost of all the equipment. And when they're all said and done, the total investment would be, I believe it's around $36,000 for the 3 phases. But the first phase would be a $13,000 investment. So it's off to a good start.
And what's that, are they going to the youth commission soccer games?
The
They're 50-50?
high school, they contacted,
School didn't have a problem with that?
no, they contacted John and Robbie, and they both agreed that, especially, well, the one that they were granted to go to was the alumni soccer game, and it wasn't the greatest
No,
day
the
to
weather
go.
was
But,
terrible.
but they did go out, and that's where it stands right now, so at least it is up and moving, and,
Okay.
but
Okay.
that's all that I know right now.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Thanks.
Like Kathy said, everything's been covered here. How about the beaver problem?
Lady came in the other day and I asked her about it, and it's gone. It must have been when the flood came in from Irene that it washed it out, so.
And how'd David Martin make out
But
with his, well, he was going to try to salvage some stuff out of Dr. Clark's.
I have no idea.
You said Chris, or somebody.
Yeah, I had said that.
No, I haven't.
He was going to request from the 2 universities that some of the local artifacts
Oh,
be left to the town.
Well, I know I talked to Bob Cheeseman, and what he said is that what they're allowing them to do is some of the stuff that is going to the museum, Alice T. Minor, or the Clinton County Historic, they're allowing him to go in and take copies of some of the items, so he can have them on file here, but that's all that I know. But his house didn't sell at auction.
That's all.
Did you go to the auction?
I did not know.
No, they turned down the bid.
I'm sure it'll be on the market pretty soon.
It is now, or it was before even.
Yeah, I saw the sign before.
Wow.
Okay, I would like to thank the board for their hard work on the budget this year. We are gonna be underneath our 2% tax cap, which we should be very proud of. With all the other municipalities and counties struggling, I think we did very, very well. We should set a public hearing for the budget, Leo? It's in a resolution, okay, good. So we'll move on to resolutions. Oh, right here, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay, the first one is for authorization for use of Bill's General Repair generators as the replacement of Francis
That's
Smith.
the guy we had before, right?
Correct.
Do you know what his costs are gonna be?
Yes, we already have contracts and no mileage.
No mileage.
No. So they, and actually they're gonna be the same prices they had done it 2 or 3 years ago, but no mileage.
Yeah, he was good.
They were great, it just, they were killing us on no mileage.
Mhm. Yeah,
So I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Counselor Lattimore made the motion, second by Counselor Devens. Any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore,
Yes.
Counselor Dino,
Yes.
Counselor Devens,
Yes.
Counselor Trombley,
Yes,
Supervisor Stevens.
Yes.
The next one, I guess we can skip because we haven't
Yeah.
decided on
Next
anything.
two.
Next two we'll skip.
And skip the next one also. Okay, next one would be authorization for change in insurance, to change from Blue Cross Blue Shield Healthier Blue to Blue Cross Blue Shield Simply Blue, effective 12/1/2011.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
so we're already on,
Counselor Lattimore made the motion, second by Counselor Dino.
Mhm.
Any further discussion?
If you wanna know what the difference is in the plan, it's real simple, we're just taking off healthy rewards, which is where people would go on the computer and tell them, you know, I exercised today and they get a point. Nobody was doing it, so we just by doing that, we could save a few percentage points on the insurance, so.
I was going to. I promise.
Okay, nothing further. Roll call, Counselor Lattimore,
Yes.
Counselor Dino,
Yes.
Counselor Devens,
Yes.
Counselor Trombley,
yes,
Supervisor Spiegel.
Yes.
Next one, resolution authorizing payment for probe and 2 pumps using sewer district equipment type capital reserve fund subject to permissive referendum.
Now, what's this needed
what's a
for?
probe?
It's,
I don't know, I mean, these are parts that we had to have for the, a couple of the, pumps.
to operate the facility. Probe, and I really can't describe that too well, senses when something needs to,
Must be-
operate, and that sensor in the probe was not functional, so we had to buy a new probe. We've had to buy one before, I think it's an item that, not every year, but you know, it's gonna be maybe a 5-year cycle or something like that. And to do with all of the excess water that we've had this year, it strained our mechanics of the pumps, this probe, you know,
Okay.
we just had an overflow.
Now you're ordering 2 pumps, new ones?
They had to come in.
Yeah,
We
new
had-
ones are rebuilt.
Oh, no, they're
Brand new ones.
And wasn't that a sewage pump we just had rebuilt?
We have one that is rebuilt, that's an older pump, yes,
It's an older pump, we had it rebuilt.
but I don't think that this one had anything to do with that. These were 2 that, like we say, because of.
Are these grinders or are they down at the plant?
I believe the one that's being rebuilt right now is a grinder pump, and it'll be on the shelf. A new grinder pump has been put in. Over the years, we've been able to order
Did
1
we
to 2
increase
pumps
the
a
size?
year to have it in supplies. I don't know.
You don't know if you increased the size of the 2 new ones you bought?
They're the sizes that we've been ordering recently, so they've all been, you know, when we started ordering them?
Originally,
Yeah,
when we put it in, they downgraded them to save the sewage district money.
but, no, all the new pumps are.
And we ended up having to replace them.
Yep.
So during the process, we increased them as
All,
said we would, improve the quality of the new pumps we're gonna
They're
replace.
all at the higher horsepower.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
Are these replacing or spares?
Oh, these are replacements.
Okay.
and are we gonna, turn in the old ones? We're replacing, or are we gonna rebuild those?
If they can be rebuilt, they're gonna be rebuilt. There's, I mean, I'm not sure of this situation, but if there are pumps that can be fixed down at, we have a gentleman in Plattsburgh that fixes them now.
Yeah,
Um,
Mannion,
Yes, well, he's, what is it?
Karen.
Karen.
Karen, yeah.
So if they can be fixed, they're gonna be fixed, so that will have spares.
Uh, They're aware of these things require oil,
Mhm.
these motors. And when they service them, are they doing that?
I don't know personally about that, I mean, I can't tell you what they do to them when they pull them out and
No, but they should.
Yeah.
It's just like your
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
You know,
And,
you take your car, you get it in service, you check the oil in it. These pumps require maintenance, and that's part of the maintenance.
not into, I don't know about the pumps, has to be like me asking
What's
about
that?
mechanics work at the highway
Next time you
department.
see Dave,
If
I'll
I
make
see
the
these,
motion.
I'll catch them. I usually catch them at the main.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Counselor Lattimore made the motion, second by Counselor Dino, on this sewer district equipment capital reserve fund subject to permissive referendum. Any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore,
Yes.
Counselor Dino,
Yes.
Counselor Devens,
Yes.
Counselor Trombley,
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel.
Yes.
Next one is a like resolution for the water district equipment type capital reserve. This is for probe, the pump, thermostat, and a radiator. In the amount not to exceed $6,466.
And once again, this is replacing existing?
Mhm.
It just seems strange that they both want, I mean, you know, in the water district, the sewer district, is that just a
Well, we had a lot
coincidence
of,
or
we had
is
a
it
lot of problems with Irene hit, where there was so much
Okay.
water going through this stuff.
Okay,
It was just overpowering the systems, and
okay,
I went over with Dave and was coming by the library, and you can now see the water that usually does not flow through that thing that went through there just because of groundwater. It was just amazing.
yeah,
It was just overpowering the systems. Very unusual, but
I mean, it's for safety of operating the system, so
yeah.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second again.
Counselor Lattimore made the motion, second by Counselor Dino, on the water district equipment capital reserve fund subject to permissive referendum. Any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore,
Yes.
Counselor Dino,
Yes.
Counselor Devens,
Yes.
Counselor Trombley,
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel.
yes.
Bless you. Can you say it?
Okay, next one is resolution approving preliminary budget for 2012 and directing public.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
I was. Counselor Lattimore made the motion, second by Counselor Devens, approving the preliminary budget for 2012. That includes the changes, the change of the school. Okay, any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore,
Yes.
Counselor Dino,
Yes.
Counselor Devens,
Yes.
Counselor Trombley,
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel.
Yes.
Notice of public hearing for Chazy and West Chazy fire protection contract for 2012.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Counselor Lattimore, made.
Probably second.
Counselor Lattimore made the motion, second by Counselor Trombley. Any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore,
Yes.
Counselor Dino,
Yes.
Counselor Devlin?
Yes.
Counselor Trombley?
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel?
Yes.
Next one is notice of public hearing for the Hamlet of Chazy Sewer District 2012 budget.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Counselor Lattimore made the motion, seconded by Counselor Devlin. Any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore?
Yes.
Counselor Dino?
Yes.
Counselor Devlin?
Yes.
Counselor Trombley?
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel?
Yes.
Next one is notice for public hearing for the Hamlet of Chazy Water District 2012 budget.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Counselor Trombley made the motion, Counselor Devlin second. Any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore?
Yes.
Counselor Dino?
Yes.
Counselor Devlin?
Yes.
Counselor Trombley?
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel?
Yes.
Next one is Employee Assistance Service Agreement, 10/1/2011 through 9/30/2012. Susan, I don't know if that fee is gonna stay the same, $320?
As far as I know, that's what we got.
Now, what is that for?
It's for the testing of all the hydrogen.
Okay.
Oh, it's,
Yeah,
yeah.
and if anybody who becomes stressed or has a issue with drugs or alcohol, it's a counseling agency too.
I'll make the motion.
For the board member, I can go see them?
I'll second that.
Okay, Counselor Devlin made the motion, seconded by Counselor Trombley. Any further discussion?
And this person.
Roll call, Counselor Lattimore?
Yes.
Counselor Dino?
Yes.
Counselor Devlin?
Yes.
Counselor Trombley?
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel?
Yes.
That'll work better.
Next one, the annual maintenance permits for utility installations with the county right away.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Counselor Dino made the motion, Counselor Lattimore seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore?
Yes.
Counselor Dino?
Yes.
Counselor Devlin?
Yes.
Counselor Trombley?
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel?
Yes.
Next one is budget transfers.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Counselor Lattimore made the motion, seconded by Counselor Devlin. Any further discussion? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore?
Yes.
Counselor Dino?
Yes.
Counselor Devlin?
Yes.
Counselor Trombley?
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel?
Yes.
And I believe the last one is payment of claims.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Counselor Devlin made the motion, seconded by Counselor Trombley. Any further discussion on that? Roll call, Counselor Lattimore?
Yes.
Counselor Dino?
Yes.
Counselor Devlin?
Yes.
Counselor Trombley?
Yes.
Supervisor Spiegel?
Yes. Just one question for council. Okay, I'm reading where we have to take money out of the sewage department and the water department out of our reserves. And we have to wait for public 30 days. I mean, why, isn't there something like in a situation like this where we have to buy those pumps? We're trying to reimburse.
Is that what you're talking about? Is the
Yeah,
resolution
I mean,
is emergency?
in emergency purposes like that, we have to buy it. I mean, there's nothing we can do, but, I mean, is there,
There is stuff, I'm not sure I can point it to you tonight, but there is some provision for unanticipated, emergency expense. But let me get that for you and I can shoot you an email or just.
okay, just wondering for future. I mean, it
Right.
seems kind of ridiculous that we'd have to go through the process, but
Mhm.
for an emergency case.
Yeah, there are emergency provisions on those.
Okay, anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Counselor Devlin made the motion, seconded by Counselor Trombley. To adjourn the meeting at 8:00. And then the water bill or sewer bill for the new library.
Until it's in operation.
Well, then it's not-
you also, when, you know, in other words, you're charging us for one building. That's what we're asking.
Right.
Because when we go there, then we'll have this building.
Well, basically what we do is just not bill for the one on Clark Street, and we continue to bill here, since this one is still operational.
But as far as, yeah, with this building is less vacant.
Well, what do you, what are you gonna do with that other building, are you gonna sell it?
Go ahead.
That's a possibility.
President.
That would
Because-
have to be a possibility.
Because we're gonna probably
Yes.
continue to bill you for
Mhm.
that, for
Mhm.
debt service anyway.
Mhm.